Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams here fresh off week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
12.
Now Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. On the move past the 40. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
12. 11 mighty. 11 empty.
Now it's Burrow. He's got it. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
11 MT. 11 Thomas.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of his end zone, Winston. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back to throw now in his own end zone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
12.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. 11 mighty. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
11 MT. 11 MT.
On third down, Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So a first interception. And that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 40. Following the interception, Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
To throw again on second down, Winston, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And he comes back with one complete. No score after one on EA Sports. This is Lamb on the end around. No gain on the play there. Second down. The Cowboys at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Jameis to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. They'll send the tight end in motion.
11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. 11 Thomas.
From the 41, Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
11.
Here's Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. First down, and it's Pollard again. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 24, Winston. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Here we go.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation.
Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw there caught by Gallup. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they run the option on 2nd down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the 10. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal?
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
On two, ready?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
11 MP, 11 MP.
Obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter three. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
11 MP, 11 MP.
Looking to pass. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second and goal situation.
11.
Mixon again, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
When the Dallas Cowboys traded Amari Cooper, it was certainly a sign of the faith that they have in Michael Gallup to step up and be that type of weapon across from C.D. Lamb. He hit 1,100 yards back in 2019, but missed half of last year with a pair of injuries. He steps up here and moves the chains.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Going to run again here with Pollard. And some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Now, nobody leaked. Big play. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
This is Lamb on the end around. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the Bengals are going to get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that Any possession that ends in a kick, I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
11, 11, 11. 11 MP, hey! 11 MP.
Burrow from his own end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Pollard going to try the right side, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Winston running the option left here. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. To throw, Winston. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Winston. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. A real opportunity for them. Their defense got the key 4th down stop. Now all they need is a field goal to snag the lead. Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
11 MP, hey! 11, 11, 11.
From the 36, Burrow. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mixing up the middle. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take a look.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 51 yards. And the Bengals use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field. Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Now Winston. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Winston. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throws.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
Here we go.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
so for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on